Here's an obvious giveaway to tell if someone is a tier 5 rated bow PvPer. If you suddenly stop shooting, but the opponent continues to move and shoot like nothing changed, then they are completely oblivious about how bow PvP works. Like, why exactly are you strafing here, but you're stopping to shoot now, even though I've continued to hold the same shot? This kind of mindless strategy is what gets you railed, and not in the good way. Now, this doesn't mean you shouldn't strafe. It's just that bow PvPers strafe with an entirely different mindset. It's all about the psychology and tempo. And in this video, I'll go over the 3 fundamentals of bow dodging: dodges, baits, and strafes. If you know how to do all 3, congrats, you aren't a complete disaster. But you should share this video on Discord with those friends who are. And leave a like while you're at it. We need more bow content out there. Dodging. The act of moving out of the way of an active shot. It sounds like what you already know, but the important question here is, what's an active shot? 2 things. The most obvious one is an arrow in the air coming right at your face. If you can dodge those, great, you're already a reaction dodger, and you're basically tier 1, just kidding. But the more advanced active shots to spot are when the arrow is about to be fired. And I don't mean because it's small and hard to see, but rather, how can you tell when someone is about to shoot or is just holding in their shot? The answer? Guesswork. Educated guesswork, but still guesswork. You see, human brains are suckers for patterns, and just like there's tendencies for patterns in dodging, there are actually patterns in shooting as well, to the point where bow PvPers could play completely blind, if they didn't have to actually look to aim, that is. So there goes that million view idea. But there are other techniques too for forecasting your opponent's shots, which leads me to the next tactic for the most psychologically oriented: manipulating your opponent to shoot exactly when and where you want them to. Lesson 2. Baits. In theory, every shot can be perfectly aimed, and every dodge can be perfectly timed, but no 2 players will ever use or react to a bait in the exact same way. When it comes to defensive baits, the purpose is to get your opponent to miss, or to regain shot tempo. On offense, it can help you get in a free shot for an HP advantage, but this is a defense video, so I won't cover that. The first category of baits are movement baits. You can probably guess how this one works. You pretend to go in some direction to make your opponent shoot the wrong way. Great, fantastic, you probably do it all the time on accident. And then there's shooting baits. They work by faking a shot at your opponent to get them to release their shot early while you move away safely. There's many ways to fake a shot. You can shoot at nothing on purpose. You can shoot kinda at him. Or you can just not shoot at all. It all depends on your personal style and figuring out what your opponent is most psychologically vulnerable to. But most bow PvPers have a couple bait tactics built into their dodging repertoire, which adds that unique twist to their style. If you want to learn more about those specific bait tactics, including ones for offensive strategies, well, subscribe or I won't tell you. On to the next lesson. To strafe or not to strafe? That is the most controversial question among bow PvPers. The answer, depends. How you use it depends entirely on your playstyle. Shocking revelation, I know. But there's one thing that's agreed upon by all the bow pros. The way you strafe is dog. The difference is, and this is very important, they strafe with a purpose. You might believe you're strafing with a purpose too, but no, you're not. They're strafing with the intent of avoiding possible arrows. No, shut up, that's still not you. What you do is strafe for the sake of moving, and then pray you're being hard to hit. Pros can sense when the specific situation is bad for them and strafe to gain a superior tempo. Actually, hold up. What's even the difference between a dodge and a strafe? For dodges, you are looking out for incoming or potential shots and moving as a reaction. Strafes are pretty much movement that is made purely for the sake of movement. But to take strafes to the pro level, you do it to avoid weaknesses in your timing, breaking up your dodge patterns, or gaining a superior shot tempo. Noobs kind of just move and that's about it. Anyways, a lot of the time strafes aren't used by themselves. Strafes are often used in combination with baits and dodges, either as a setup leading into it or by adding it onto the end. Why at the end? Because if you dodge and just stop, your stopping can become the point of weakness, because people can predict the natural dodging distance. That's why no matter where you dodge, you still get hit. Or because they're waiting to shot camp you. So to avoid all that, you just keep on moving a bit further. In the next video, I'll go over the 5 philosophical approaches to dodges, cause I can guarantee half y'all are just gonna dodge right into the arrows and blame me for your own stupidity.